So till now we have designed the long walls of the underground rectangular tank for both the cases, that is both load cases of earth pressure and water pressure separately, and then we combined the reinforcement together to get this final detailing. Now we design the short walls. So the short walls are acting differently because I have explained to you in the previous lecture on rectangular tanks with L by being greater than 2 that as the length of long wall is too long, so it does not get much support from the short wall. So it was behaving like a cantilever up to its full height as we did in the previous part, and now the short wall is getting some support from the long wall, but whole length of long wall cannot support the short wall. So it is assumed that end 1 meter portion of the long walls is supporting the short walls, both the short walls. So this is the major difference. So the short wall is getting some support, hence the short wall cannot be cantilever up to full height as the upper portion is getting some support. So it is assumed that the short wall is acting like a cantilever up to height small h, up to a certain height, that is h, and above that it is undergoing the continuous frame action. So we analyze this short wall as continuous frame on the top portion and cantilever on the bottom portion for different cases. That is, first is the tank is empty and active earth pressure is only acting on the wall, and the second case will be when only water pressure is acting. So let us look at how it is done. So first we are considering the case of only active earth pressure acting, that is PA. So as calculated previously, this is the lateral active earth pressure diagram for the whole tank wall. So first, as we did in the rectangular tanks with L by B less than 2, when the continuous frame action was acting on both the walls, we first designed with continuous frame action and then with cantilever action. So in the continuous frame action, we are saying that in the upper portion the continuous frame action is acting. So that is, upper portion means of to this height, this is h minus h. So we need the pressure acting at this point because the bottom portion we are not considering right now. So the pressure at this point is Ka gamma dash h minus h and plus gamma w into h minus h. I have already calculated it in the previous part also. So we get the PAH to be 36 kN per meter square at this level. Now what is happening as there is a continuous frame action acting on the short wall. So what is happening, I will show you. If this is the plan of the short wall and these are the loads acting on the short wall, this is the load acting due to the earth pressure. Okay, this is the inner face, this is the outer face. So what will happen, due to these loads there will be, as this is acting as a continuous frame or beam, there will be such type of behavior, that is sagging at the center and hogging at the ends like we did previously, with the major difference here that now the sagging will be on the inner face and the hogging will be on the outer face. When the water pressure will be acting from the above inside, then the case will be opposite. So I hope you understand this part. So there will be horizontal bending due to this particular force if this is the short wall and this is the load acting. So this will be the continuous frame action, here positive moment and here negative moment. So we have to calculate the positive moment and negative moments due to this active earth pressure acting from the outside of the wall. So for that we use the same procedure as we did previously. So bending moments in horizontal plane will be at corner negative moment and positive moment at center. So at corner the moment is given by PL square by 12, where L is the center to center distance between the this is the length of your inner length of your short wall B. So L, small l will be center to center distance from here to here, so that will be B plus dy2 plus dy2. But we are not you can take it to be B also, that is not a much big issue. There won't be any problem with that, but it is a different, you can also take it to be the center to center distance, is up to you. So the thickness of wall, as we did when we designed the long wall, was 350 mm. So we get small l, that is center to center length of your short wall, to be 4.35 meter, and we calculate the corner moment like this and central moment like this. Okay, so these are the central moment and corner moment. Now look here, when in the case of L by B less than 2, when the continuous frame action was acting in both long wall and short wall together, what was happening, these were the fixed end moments acting in the long wall and short wall. So for the corner moment we had to do the moment distribution method. But now in this case, what is happening, there is only a fixed end moment acting at the short wall, because there is no continuous action acting on the long wall. So we don't require moment distribution method. The fixed end moment at short wall will be itself the corner moment in the short wall. So the moment at corner of short wall is this, and moment at center of the short wall is this. So now if you remember, what we did now was, like in this case, when we get these values, due to the tensile or the compressive forces, if I make the plan of your wall, if this is the tensile force acting on your wall, then there will be some reduction in the bending moments here. Okay, so but now in this particular in the case of L by B less than 2, we had calculated the design moments as m corner minus t into x, if you remember, and similarly for central minus t into x, because there were some reduction in the moments. But now in this case another phenomena is happening, because if this is the short wall, the earth pressure is acting from the outside, so this will lead to compressive force in the short wall. So due to this, that there will be no reduction in bending moments, so therefore we don't need to modify these moments. So there will be no reduction of minus c into x. I hope you are getting this point. In the previous cases, when L by B was less than 2, or when tension was acting, we were deducting it by minus t into x, but we are not doing it in the case of compressive force. So we can take these forces moments to be the designed moments. There will be no further modification. So don't get confused that why we are not taking here and why we were doing in the previous case. Okay, so now we calculate the horizontal reinforcement for the bending moment at corner and center by using this formula, AST is equal to m upon sigma st. Now as the reinforcement is as the load is acting in this direction, the active earth force, so sagging will be on the outside face, inner face of wall, and the hogging will be on the outside face, which is exactly opposite as we did in the case of water pressure. So the corner moments will be acting here, so the corner reinforcement will be provided on the outer face, and the central reinforcement will be provided on the inner face like this of the short wall. So the AST at corner is coming out to be 16 mm diameter bars at 120 mm center to center, provided near the corners of short wall on the outer face. And the central, due to the moment at center of the short wall, we get the reinforcement at 16 dia at 160, which is provided on the inner face due to positive bending moment on the inner face of the short wall. So I hope it is clear to you. Now we do the this was about the continuous frame action on the short wall. Now in the bottom portion, cantilever action is happening. So the vertical reinforcement will be provided due to the continuous frame action, due to cantilever action. So we calculate the cantilever moment like this. It is done the same way. So for that, first you have to calculate. Okay, this is the lateral earth force diagram. So the cantilever moment will be maximum at the base, so you need to calculate the earth pressure maximum which is at the base. So this is the same which we did in the previous case, which is Ka gamma h plus gamma w into h. Okay, so we get this value. This is the pressure at the base 48. It was the same as we did in the first case. Okay, now but here there is a difference, that the continuous cantilever action is acting only up to height h. So we will be considering only this much area of the triangle for calculation of the bending moment. So the bending moment at the bottom of the wall due to cantilever action up to small height h will be half Pa into h by 3. Okay. In the long walls, what we did was we kept capital H here because the cantilever action was acting on the whole of the wall. Okay, so this is the cantilever acting moment acting on the short wall. We calculate the vertical reinforcement, and obviously it is coming out to be quite less, so we use the minimum reinforcement. Therefore provide 16 mm vertical bars at 160 mm center to center and on outer face of wall. Why outer face wall? Because the tension is on the outer face due to this load. And we can curtail some of the bars at 1 meter height because the cantilever moment is acting only up to height h, so we can curtail some bars here and then extend others to the top. So this was the case 1 for design of short walls, that is when the tank was empty. Now similarly we will do the same procedure when tank is full, that is when water pressure is active. So when the tank is full, the water pressure will be maximum, that is at gamma into h minus h due to continuous frame action, because as we explained earlier, the continuous frame action is acting on the top portion only. So we calculate pressure here, water pressure here, which it will be gamma w into h minus h. So this is the tank wall. This is the whole water pressure diagram. This value will be gamma wh, and we are concerned with the value here, that is gamma w into h minus small h. Okay, so this is the water pressure acting at this side. So this will also lead to due to the continuous frame action in the upper portion, there will be horizontal bending and there will be moments at corners and at center. So in the same way as we did previously, we calculate the bending moment at corner of short wall due to the water, which will be PL square by 12, sorry PB square by 12. L here L is B plus D by 2 plus D by 2. This is small l. Okay. So we get moment at corner. Now we repeat the same thing which I explained to you earlier. Now what is happening, this is the short wall and the water pressure is acting from inside, so the short walls will have direct tension, and due to this direct tension the loads will decrease by moment will decrease by an amount of T into X. So we were ignoring it in case A because there was compression, so there was no reduction of moments. So we are now doing this. Direct tension in short wall will be gamma h minus h into 1. Now note here very important thing, I am explaining it here. Previously whenever we were calculating T, we were writing gamma h minus h into B by 2. Okay, or if we were calculating the tension in the short wall, here it will be L by 2. You can check it in the previous lectures. So why we are writing here gamma h minus h into 1 meter. So this concept I have already explained to you. In case where L by B is greater than 2, then the end 1 meter portion of long wall only can support the short wall. So here we are not writing L by 2, here we are writing 1 meter. So I hope you understand this concept. In the case where L by B was less than 2, the whole length of long wall or one short wall was supported on half length of long wall if L by B was less than 2. So we were taking it to be L by 2. But now only and 1 meter portion is acting, is only 1 meter portion is supporting the short wall, so we are writing here 1 meter. So the reduced bending moment will be now m. Bending moment will be now m corner minus tb into x, where x is thickness of the tank wall divided by 2 minus the effective cover. So this is x. So we get the modified design corner moment as this. Similarly, at the center of wall we have the moment as PL square by 16. So we have calculated the TB 30 kilonewton and x as this 0.135. So we calculate the design bending moment at center as m center minus TB into x. So we get the modified moment at center and modified moment at corner. So we will be using these for the further calculations. Okay. Now this 1 meter is very important here. Okay, keep this in mind whenever you are doing L by B greater than 2 for short walls. The tension will be gamma h minus h into 1, not gamma h minus h into L by 2, because only and 1 meter portion of long wall is supporting the short wall. Okay, so now we will calculate the horizontal reinforcement due to bending moment at corner. So the bending moment at corner was 43.25. so we calculate reinforcement due to that, and along with that there was direct tension also. So the reinforcement due to direct tension was calculated as like this, and then we add both these to get the AST at the corner. Okay, so we get AST as 16 mm dia bars at 130 mm center to center on inner face near the corner of short wall. So this is the AST corner 1 is corner reinforcement due to the moment acting at corner, and AST corner 2 is the corner corner reinforcement due to the tension acting at the corner. So this reinforcement is provided on the inner face. Now you can see there is exact opposite of the previous case A. Now the load water pressure is acting like this, so the sagging will be like this. Okay, sagging will be like this, hugging will be like this. So positive bending moment it is at center on the outer face, and the negative bending moment are on the corners and the inner face. So this is exactly opposite to that of the case A. Now similarly we will calculate the horizontal bending moment at center due to the modified design center moment, and due to the AST2, that is the direct tension at center. We combine both these to get the total AST at center, which we are getting as this, and we are providing it on the outer face. So this is the continuous frame action for short walls. Now the cantilever action will be like this. The water pressure is acting on the inner face, so there will be tension on the cantilever on the inner face. So we calculate the reinforcement. We are getting it like this on the inner face up to 1 meter height. So I have summarized here the short wall reinforcements for case A as well as case B. So in the case A, horizontal reinforcement at corner was provided on the outer face. So let me go back. So this was the horizontal bending moment at corner for case A. Now it was 16 mm at 120 for corner and 16 mm at 160 for at the center on the outer face. Okay, so at 120 on outer face and at 130 on the inner face. Sorry, we are doing this right now. So 120 at the outer face near corner and 160 near center on the inner face. Now in case B it will be exactly opposite because of the reversal of loading here. At the corner we have 16 mm at 130 on the inner face and 16 mm at 160 on the outer face. Similarly for the vertical reinforcement also, in case of first case, that is for active earth pressure, the vertical reinforcement was provided on the outer face, and on the inner face on the second case, and we have curtailed this reinforcement at 1 meter height in both cases because the cantilever action is acting up to 1 meter height only, so you can reduce the reinforcement above that. So vertical bars consist of two types of vertical reinforcement, one of 1 meter height and one of full height. So this is the detailing of summarized detailing of the short wall. This is the corner reinforcement on the outer face and corner reinforcement on the inner face. Okay, so due to the earth pressure, this will be the behavior. So due to earth pressure, we have corner reinforcement on the inner face. Sorry, this is the water pressure, sorry. And in case of earth pressure, we have such type of behavior. So we have corner moment reinforcement on the outer face. So this is due to the earth pressure reinforcement, and this is due to the water pressure. Similarly for central reinforcement. Now the vertical reinforcement we have on the inner face and outer face, as we calculated here and I have written here, and we have curtailed both these at 1 meter height on both the faces because the cantilever action is acting on this face only. So I hope this short wall detailing is clear to you. So now we have designed the long walls as well as short walls due to both cases of earth pressure and water pressure. So I have summarized here the detailing of the long walls as well as short walls for this underground tank. So first let us look at the short wall. I have just made this diagram here. Okay, so corner reinforcement due to continuous frame action, corner reinforcement due to continuous frame action, and central reinforcement due to continuous frame action, and the vertical reinforcement due to cantilever action up to height small h. This was for short wall. And for long wall, the main reinforcement is the vertical bars, which are represented here with the help of dots. Vertical reinforcement up to which we had curtailed twice, that is there were 3 heights of reinforcement available, and the horizontal reinforcement was provided on both the faces due to the direct compressive and direct tensile forces. Okay, I hope you remember this. Now I have cut the section here of the long wall. So what we will see if we cut the section at long wall, on the outer face we have, as you can see, 20 bars at 160, 80 and 320. So on the outer face some bars are of 80, sorry, I think this is, we have curtailed twice, so there should be one more curtailment shown here. Okay, so first curtailment at 1.5 meter height, so 20 die at 80, then 20 die at 160, then 20 die at 320. In the inner face we had 100, 200 and 400. Okay, now in the short wall we have main reinforcement as the horizontal reinforcement. So I have cut the section here BB. So here we have in the inner face we have corner reinforcement as 10 phi at 130. So this is the reinforcement. Okay, and in the 16 phi hai, this is the 16 phi, and in the outer face we have 16 phi at 120, and these are the vertical bars. So vertical bars have been curtailed once, that is at 1 meter height. So you will have to change this diagram a bit because there one more curtailment is in the long wall. Okay, now just for clarity I have shown you the the elevation of your short wall. Okay, this is the short wall. So what's this elevation will look like? We have curtailed the reinforcement once only at 1 meter. So there will be one long bar, one short bar, one long bar, one short bar. So here the spacing will be 16 phi at 120. Okay, and here the spacing will be double of that. Okay, 320. And the rest of the bars, these are the corner bars. Okay, and these are the central bars. So this is the short, I have drawn here the inner face of short wall. So this portion I have shown here, the plan of the elevation of this portion. So similarly you can make the elevation of the outer face also, the elevation of this also, and this also. Elevation is not much required in the detailing, it's for your clarity only, but whenever you are writing your paper you have to draw the plan and the L sections and the cross sections of your long wall and your short wall also. So this was the design of long wall and short walls in the underground tanks. Now still we have to design two more components, that is the top slab and the base slab. As now we have completed the design of long walls and short walls of this rectangular underground tank, now we will proceed to the next component, that is the top slab of the tank. So first of all, the top slab is subjected to the live load and dead load due to any structure or anything which is moving on the ground surface here or available on the ground surface. So we have to design the slab as the normal horizontal slab. Also one more thing, irrespective of whether the water pressure is acting or the earth pressure is acting, the design of top slab will not change. Its behavior will not change whether water on the kind of water pressure we have or on the kind of earth pressure we have. So here we do not need to do it in two cases because we are just considering one type of load. So it is subjected to live load and dead load. So first of all, this is a L by B of this tank is greater than 2, so it will be designed as a one-way slab. If it had been L by B less than 2, then you will have to design it as two-way slab with simply supported edges. Now this one-way slab is designed in the same way as we did in the previous course of RCC 1. So first of all, you assume the depth of the tank by using this expression, as L span to depth ratio is 25. So we calculate the span. So we calculate the depth and I take it to be 150 mm and take the effective cover to be 20 mm. You can take effective cover to be 25 mm or 15 mm also. Now that we have calculated the thickness of the tank 150 mm, we calculate the self weight of slab, that will be the dead load. So 0.15 into 25 will give you the self weight of the top slab. Live load on the slab is already given in the question 3, so we get the total load. Now we calculate the moment due to this load, which is WLE square upon 8, where LE is the effective span, which is the length of the wall plus D. Now here, as you remember, we have a one-way slab, so only the shorter span is designed. So the shorter span is 4 meters. So we will design along that. So and we will provide the reinforcement in the other direction as distribution reinforcement. So we are taking span here to be 4 meter here, not 10 meter, because we consider here the shorter span. So the effective span is the length of your span plus span of your wall plus the effective depth. Effective depth is 150 minus 20, as I have taken 20 as the effective cover. So we calculate the maximum bending moment, which is 14.5, and we calculate the thickness required because we have assumed the thickness here, so we need to check it. So thickness required will be M upon RB, and this is coming out to be 97.9, and which is less than the D provided, which is 130, hence provided depth is okay. Now I am again making you remember an important point here, that here we have not multiplied with 1.5 because we are designing the whole tank from working stress method, so we don't have to use the load factors because there is no provision of load factors in the working stress method. Okay, so we are here, R will be the design parameter for the working stress method and as calculated in the starting of the question. Now we calculate the main reinforcement using the same formula for working stress method, which is coming out to be 991, and the minimum reinforcement is 0.35%. so AST required is greater than AST minimum, hence we provide this much reinforcement. Assuming diameter of bars, we calculate the reinforcement, hence provide 12 dia bars at 100 mm center to center as main reinforcement along the shorter span. So this reinforcement, if this is the top slab, this reinforcement will be provided like this along the shorter span. So this is the main reinforcement, and the longer span will not be designed like this because this is a one-way slab. We simply provide longitudinal reinforcement in this direction perpendicular to this as minimum distribution reinforcement. So the minimum distribution reinforcement will be equal to the minimum AST, and we calculate we have already calculated AST minimum here. It is coming out to be 525 mm square. So we calculate the reinforcement. So this is the reinforcement distribution reinforcement. Okay, so this is the detailing. This is the main reinforcement. Sorry, this is as this is the shorter span. Okay, I will delete it. As this is the shorter span, 4 meter, the main reinforcement is this provided along the shorter span, and it is provided on the bottom face because as this is a slab and this is the load, so the tension will be on the bottom face, so we provide this reinforcement on the bottom face. Okay, so this is the main reinforcement on the bottom face distributed at a spacing of 140 mm center to center across the longer direction, and this is the reinforcement along the longer direction, which is equal to the distribution minimum reinforcement, which we have calculated at 10 mm at 140. So this is the reinforcement provided on the bottom face in the longer direction at a spacing of 140 mm. So I hope this is clear to you. This is the L section along your short wall and L section along your longer side of your slab. So this was all about the design of top slab or roof slab, which is quite simple as we have done it many times earlier.